Hey guys, welcome back to Candid Cinema. I'm Amanda, otherwise known as AMX NDA Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, I do movie reviews, a sprinkle of television reviews, Oscar coverage, and of course, some ranking videos. So if you guys like my content from here on out, please like, subscribe, and comment. I could talk about movies all day, and that's what I would love to do with you guys. So let's get into it. Marvel had one of the best years this year, and I'm talking about the shows on Disney Plus. So here is my ranking of the MCU shows that we were blessed to get this year. So coming in at number 5, I have What If. I enjoyed it for the most part. There were some episodes that had a better storyline than others. I really love Natasha Romanoff in What If. I think that it's the best version of the character. I loved Star-Lord. I love Star-Lord T'Challa. I thought that was great just to hear Chadwick Boseman's voice one last time. It was really emotional, but like I said, some episodes are better than others. The season as a whole wasn't that great, especially with The Watcher. I didn't really care for that finale. I'm happy we're getting a season 2. I just think certain episodes should have been placed differently. I did not like when Party Thor came in. I thought that episode should have been earlier on in the season. But yeah, What If was kind of bottom tier for me. Coming in at number 4, I know I didn't do coverage for Hawkeye, had other things going on and I couldn't really keep up with it, but I will give you the link to all the movie files roundtable discussions that we did every single Wednesday for every single episode. So Hawkeye was good. It was a good introduction to Kate Bishop. I do think that they fumbled the ball having 6 episodes for the season, much like The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I did like seeing Clint Barton's backstory. I think that if we saw a bit more of him dealing with his grief and, his hearing loss, I think they're just trying to retcon a lot of things that we have been complaining about in the entirety of the decade that he was in the MCU. They did make his character a bit stronger. The one thing I do love about Clint is the whole father dynamic with Kate Bishop, that he's the dad of the MCU, especially with his own family. And of course you have, the heartwarming Christmas aspect, which is always great. But I do think that they leaned a little bit too heavily on the Christmassy stuff and kind of lost focus on, really just presenting Kate Bishop with Clint Barton and having them have just great chemistry together. This show worked better when they were together. I did not like what they did individually. I think that's where they lost the momentum. You had Yelena shoehorned in. I absolutely love her, but she took away from Maya and Echo and that entire storyline. I didn't really care for Echo that much just because they didn't know what to do with her. And then once you get Yelena and then you have the big baddie, a Kingpin coming in that ties into Maya's story, it takes away from her. So I think it's a misstep having an Echo show and labeling it as an Echo show if it's really just going to be masked for other cameos coming in, especially if it ties into Kingpin. So that was the misstep that I just didn't really vibe with Hawkeye in that way. There were some great moments. I really love Vera Farmiga. I thought she did a great job. But again, Haley Steinfeld, I'm so excited to see her Kate Bishop with Yelena Belova. Let's explore that friendship. Let's see them together again and again and again, because I think that it's time for Clint to just take a back seat, even though we figured some other stuff out. So Hawkeye's number 4 for me. You guys know how I feel about WandaVision, so it is middle of the pack. It's coming in at number 3. I'm so sorry. That finale did not stick the landing for me. What they did with the whole Ralph Boner situation really pissed me off. And it's the first Marvel show that came out. We were deprived of Marvel content. And I think that that's why everyone was just so invested in WandaVision. And then it kind of spiraled out of control. So yes, is it my own fault for having high expectations? Sure, but the conversation around it, the theories and all of that just really put a damper on the show as a whole. I do like what they did with it. I think that it did run a bit long. They stretched it a bit thin. This would have worked better with an hour episode. I know they were trying to do the sitcom vibe, but I would have done an hour episode and had 6 or 7 episodes. 8's probably safe if you still wanted to keep the half hour, but like it was wearing a little thin. But WandaVision was good for what it was. That's fine. We got to explore Wanda, and they gave us Agatha Harkness, which is even better. So yeah, it's number 3 on my list. Number 2, as messy as it was, because of COVID, I have the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Judge me all you want. That is perfectly fine. I know the Flag Smashers were terrible. Carly was terrible. What they did with John Walker didn't really do much with it, but that image of the blood on the shield, it wrecked me. I'm just happy that we got to see Sam Wilson come full circle. I understand how everyone feels about Sam Wilson taking on the mantle, but that's literally what they were building up in the MCU since we first saw him in the Winter Soldier. So I'm just really happy for Anthony Mackie. As you guys know, the show is just very personal to me. I love Captain America so much, and that's why it is in my number 2 spot. But nothing has hit quite like Loki. Loki is in my number 1 spot. I didn't vibe with it in the first half, but it got me in the second half. It worked really well. We got to explore Loki a bit more. He got to we got to understand his trauma. We connected with him on an emotional level. I really love his friendship with Mobius. Owen Wilson was fantastic in this. Gugu Mbatha-Raw was great in this as well. And Sophia DiMartino, oh my God, as Sylvie, was just so great. So everyone was great in the show. The finale was ridiculously good, but I still want to know how all of these connect. So we still have to wait for the Multiverse of Madness. So I've always said that WandaVision, Loki, No Way Home, and then Multiverse of Madness is kind of like its own saga in itself. I'm just really excited to see what happens after this finale of Loki and everything breaking in the multiverse. So I'm really excited to see that. That is how I would rank these shows. They're all great in their own way. I'm really excited for next year. My most anticipated is Moon Knight. I cannot wait. It's going to be great. So let me know in the comments how you guys feel about this. And I'm sorry to disappoint you for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Well, there you guys have it. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, comment, let me know how you're feeling. You guys can always follow me over at AMX ND Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. I'll catch you guys next time. Keep watching movies.